nonsense are these kids peddling? One, without your brain and your nervous system functioning the way it typically does, it's hard to be who you are. One, two, you need your brain to function in society. Your brain needs to be functioning at optimum as well as your peripheral nervous system for you to be fully functional and be you. There are people neuromodulating me and using neurosynthesis and blocking regions of my brain. Makes it very hard to be me. Not to mention that there are people putting me in fear of my life almost every second of the day for 5 years and 5 months and putting me in a state of panic, fear, and survival mode daily and jeering me, insulting me, etc., threatening me, threatening to arm my ex-girlfriends, threatening to arm my family or my sisters, threatening to do this and that via telepathy, etc., etc. You're eventually going to get really angry, especially when no one arrests these people. Because that's just more than infuriating now that these monsters are on the loose and no one's arresting these people and actually think these kids are scientists and they don't even know how to perform science. They weren't even a biology major. I don't think some of these kids have ever even read a science book in their life, and they're letting criminals and thugs pretend they're performing science. It's ridiculous now, and it's more than infuriating. And they're actually letting these kids steal my data, steal my thoughts, my ideas, and letting them just outright slander and misrepresent me and manufacture evidence, manufacture this, manufacture that. How are these people not all in prison where they belong? The ones pretending my life, thoughts, ideas, etc. are theirs. This is outright ridiculous. And these kids are lying about the environment. They're lying about the tech. They're lying about the crimes they commit on me daily for 5 years and 5 months, 12 to 17 hours a day. Bet my life on it. So, how are these monsters not in a prison where they belong? They're more than unfit to be in society. They've committed crimes so severe your mind would be blown. I experienced this technology in real life. Whoever's claiming they're me are liars. Swear on my mother. All right, whether it's Jeff Bezos, Nick Tomich, Adam Corona, Ara Kanoyan, or whoever they are. No, I'm the victim of this tech. I live at 415 Stray Lane, Houston, Texas, 77024. I have so many devices in my brain and nervous system, your mind would be blown. And there's sometimes multiple people interacting with different regions of my nervous system at any given moment in time. Bet my life on it. So don't fall for these guys' nonsense and BS and their misrepresentations and me under the influence of neurophysiological impairment and being neuromodulated and being put in fight or flight mode multiple times a day for 5 years and 5 months. Uh, with sympathetic overload and fear of my life and much more, while they're trying to impair my amygdala, amongst other things. Also, impair my frontal lobe and impair cognition. I'm Alexander Surya Jayani, eyebrow ring, black hair and a man bun mustache, lower lip here, lower chin beard. So these kids have been committing crimes and covert assault on me daily for 5 years and 5 months in the form of weaponized telepathy, satellite weapons, and radiation weapons, neurophysiological weapons that interact with my peripheral as well as central nervous system, with multiple neurophysiological weapons being used on my brain and nervous system and peripheral nervous system at the same time, while they're also damaging regions of my brain, such as my amygdala, associated with emotional and behavioral regulation, or regions of my frontal lobe involved with cognition, thinking, reasoning, and logic processing, all sorts of jazz. They've got all sorts of devices in my brain. They even have devices they use on my brain that disrupts memory from for short term memory, as well as certain forms of retrieval. So don't fall for BS.